Well, I had a thought that I wanted to share tonight. And if you've been around for a while, you've heard this from me before. But I think that the biggest change that you can make in your life to have lasting change is changing how you identify. And I think this is such a pivotal thing. You will hear it from me a lot. So think about what things you're taking on, what things you're identifying as. So for example, if you identify as a procrastinator, we experience the life that we focus on. So if you continually use the language and focus on the fact that you're a procrastinator, then you're going to live into that identity. So I want you to think about the language that you're using and how you're identifying and how you want that identity to change as you're making changes in your health. So how do you want to identify? Do you want to identify as an emotional eater? Because if you identify as that, you're probably going to live into that. Is that how you want to identify? Probably not. But think about the language that you're using. Do you say that to people? Like, oh, I'm a stress eater, I'm an emotional eater. Then you're probably going to live into that. So I want you to think about the language that you're using and what you're identifying as. Are you identifying as somebody who's disciplined? Are you identifying as someone who makes healthy choices? And if you are struggling with that identity, start visualizing that person that you want to become, and you will start living into that identity. Well, we experience the life that we focus on. So just like you're talking about with the language you're using, if the language you're using is, this is hard, we're going to experience hard. That's what you're focusing on. An example of this is, so I want you to just look around your room right now, and notice how many things that are the color brown. Just look around your current space. Notice what is the color brown. Okay. And then, can you tell me how many things in the room were red? Stop. You can't look, Terry. That's cheating. How many things can you recall that were red? Probably not very many, because what we focus on is what we experience. Okay. So when I asked you to look at brown, you were focusing on brown, and you probably were even like fudging a little bit that some of the brown you were seeing was like a tan color, and you considered that brown. Okay. So what we focus on is what we experience. So if you focus on that, like say, for example, when you're in the elimination portion of the program, if you focus on what you can't have, then you experience the feelings of feeling deprived, because you're focusing on what you can't have versus on focusing what you can have and how it's making you feel.